Hello, and welcome to an amateur complaints about. I'm the amateur, and today I'm going to complain about the Golden Ridge from Celeste. I speedrun this game, at least I try to. I'm pretty bad at it, but I at least try. And most recently I've set my eyes on this level, the Golden Ridge. And I mean, I have something to say about pretty much every level in the game, but I thought I might as well start where the memories are the most fresh. So let's just go screen by screen and talk about what really causes deaths and run resets when you're doing stuff like this. So here's the first room. Usually you do this something like this, at least. Again, I'm not a world record holder or anything, but you do this like this. This is pretty similar to the first room in Forsaken City, where you just do a couple stand dashes like this. Let's see, let's do a rundown. So you start by pressing dash and then jump while you're during the dash. Do a dash jump, like that. So you start here and then you just dash jump to the cloud. Yeah, one way to die is just not holding right or just not doing a long enough dash. You fall in that pit. That's just an instant reset. If you get over the cloud, you do this. You just jump at the right timing and then dash forwards. And then once you're here, I like to do another dash jump, but honestly I'm pretty sure it's faster to just dash normally. Like it's not gonna do anything else, but I never fail this. Sometimes I accidentally do a hyper and then die there. That's really great when that happens. But yeah, this room isn't very annoying at all. It's just a room. You hyper into here, hyper up. This room is actually really fun. So what you do is you hyper here, and then as soon as you get in this room, you want to be on the ground, and then you hyper again. It's just a fun little thing. Then go up, hyper, dash, dash like that. One way you can mess up here is just overshooting the bubble. You can also sometimes not get the hyper out, which is just annoying. Yep, and then once you're up here, there's a couple different ways people do this. Some people just hold A and then not hold A, hold jump to do a longer hyper. So they can land all the way here. I think it's more fun to just do a tiny hyper and then do another one and do a couple bunny hops to get here and then dash up. This water is super annoying. You can hyper off of this and avoid most of it, but usually when you're coming down through here, you don't get that perfect downward dash like that. It's like this, so you have to swim over and then jump, and then sometimes you go over it, which is great, and then you're stuck in here. That's a reset right there if that happens. So yeah, this is usually not very clean. Then you have to swim over here and then hyper like that and bunny hop. And you talk to Grandma, but we don't want to talk to Grandma, so we skip the cutscene. She laughs at us. How nice. We do just this, and then this is where the wind starts. The wind is like this level's gimmick. It just pushes you back. It's great. It's awesome. It's cool. Cool beans. Everyone loves the wind, including me. This room is pretty simple. A lot of the times when I do this room, I don't get my dash back here, and I die, which is really cool when that happens. Usually I have to like climb over this or something, then I die again. Or I will end up here instead of being able to like wave dash off of this or something. There's an easier way to do this, I think, but I just do this way because it's easiest for me. There's a way to, if you do it well, you just end up right here and you can hyper. And then this is just spamming dash the way I do it. There's a faster way, of course. This room is actually pretty fun. Nothing bad about this room. You wave dash here, just fall off the cloud, and then you dash up like this. Obviously, there's all kinds of bonks that can occur on that thing, and if you don't have enough momentum, stuff happens. But overall, good room right here. This is a good room. Overall, this is a pretty good room. You go through it like that. Oh my god. Once you get here, you just wave dash over here. Like that. And then you land on the platform and you go. That was a little slow because I spent a little time on the platform, but something like that will usually work, or a jump dash. Wind here is not bad at all. It's a pretty easy room. This room is fine. Sometimes when you go in here, you'll be going too fast and you don't have time to jump and you fall into the pit. And a lot of times you get caught on this wall and you have to jump up and then do this. Essentially you just dash over and then you fall. The fall is fun. Okay, so this room has a decently hard strat. I'm not good at it. Essentially you just go down a little bit, and then you have to jump. You can't do a very light jump, but if you do a full jump, you usually die. So you have to be careful with that. You gotta like go down. You just kind of have to feel it out. It's best to just go ahead and position yourself when you're dashing over. I know I'm dying a lot, but I don't usually die too much here. And then you just get the jump. Yeah, if you want to go slow, you can just go up here. Yeah, that's this room. Oh, that can happen. Also, that's probably the worst death you can have in this room. Is you jump here and then you jump back off and hit those spikes right there. That's really bad. This room is pretty annoying. There's wind and you have to dash off these clouds, and you want to get your dash back, which is actually way harder than it looks. That's what you have to do. Most of the time, I will end up messing up the first cloud. So like, I'll do this, and then I have to do this on the second cloud. I have to make up for it. But usually you're going in here with momentum, so you just do that. Pretty good room. This room is really hard. Hardest room in the entire level. You actually have to do frame and perfect inputs all the way up. This room is pretty easy. So once you get here to these spikes right here, what you want to do is you do a wall jump, or you jump where the wall spikes are. People say this one's harder than the one in level 3, but I actually think it's easier. I don't know. You know, I can get it pretty consistently. I do miss it sometimes though, and it barely saves any. It saves like a couple seconds max. So if you mess it up too many times, it's useless. Like right now, sometimes I'll just do this for like, I don't know, like 5 seconds, because at some cost, I don't want to go back down there and get the block. So next time I get it, we'll go up, and then you just dash up like that, and then you go in the glowing light. This is a fun section, good section right here. You do wall jump, you do wall jump. All right, now we're in a bad section. See, that was the good section, but now we're in the bad section. So the best way to do this room is to wall jump off this, land here, jump like that. Oh my god. See, I missed it, I'll explain it. Wall jump like that, wall jump like that, land here, and go up here. But 99% of the time when you come in the room, you're about right here, because you end up wall jumping off here. You end up here. Let's go back. So when you do this room, yeah, you don't have your dash, so you can't wall jump up there. So you just climb up here, and you're about right here. Now trying to line up this wall jump mid-air is really hard, because this is not going to work. Actually, wait. Yeah, that's going to work. But this won't work. This is not going to give you the dash. So you need to adjust very minorly and jump off here. Too far, you're not going to go high enough. So you need to do this on the fly. And this one is even harder. So honestly, some people just take the block. The best way to do it is while you're coming up here, or while you are, and let's see. I don't have the height. That can happen too. Just didn't get my wall bounce. So I come up here, you jump like this, and then it's a little bit easier. But yeah, this room's pretty tough actually. You just get out of there. Now we got this room. This is usually where I check my timer, and then I reset if I'm like above a 115. You want to be at least where I am right now. If you want like a 3:30 or so time, you want to be around 1 minute. I'd say anything above 115 and you are too far behind. Around 1 minute at this point is good. World records are obviously like a million seconds faster. Essentially for this room, you just want to get to this block as fast as possible. It's basically an auto scroll. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to engage the block as fast as possible. I believe there's a way to skip the block. It involves momentum, stuff like that. But it's really hard, and I'm not good at the game, so I can't do it. But it's not that bad. You just wait for this block, and then once you get to this red rock, you dash and you get up here. You watch the block go to its death, and you leave. Now so the wind gets annoying. This room is weird. This isn't necessarily the good way to do it, but the way I do it, Madeline always gets caught right here, but then I wave dash anyway, and it just works. Essentially, like, I just kind of go over it anyway, which is convenient for me, because I would lose a lot of runs to this room if that didn't work that way. But usually what you want to do is end up on top. See, I did it again. End up here. You want something like this. You do not want something like this. But you can work with something like that, you just kind of have to deal with it. but you might have to use that platform here. We wave dash off, or extended hyper works as well. I prefer the extended hyper. Wave dash is easier, but it takes a little more time. And then you just get to this ball. I'm up here, and then there's a way to do this without a dash, but I need the dash because I'm bad. Then use the ball, and then they made this corner. This is such, oh my god. Okay, so right here, if you dash straight out of this ball, you're gonna catch this wall. There's nothing you can do. There's no dash you can do to get over that wall. If you take this ball, which you pretty much have to because you don't have a dash, you're gonna hit the wall. If you take it up and die, if you dash, okay, well, you probably don't do that. But so if you take this ball up and dash, then it's slow. It feels slow doing this, wasting all that time going up like that compared to this. But you have to climb over the wall. You have to climb over the wall because you touched just the edge. You can't get over. You have to climb. It sucks. And you can do this. And I'm not actually sure which way is faster. This might be the fastest way, going down like this, and then maybe like that. I don't know. But it's just like, why is this corner like this? It hurts me. It hurts me inside. Anyway, we go on to here, and this room is easy. It's actually pretty fun too, as long as you don't die up there. You just go over the wall. It's easy, right? You just go over the wall. Nah, but seriously, you just go over the wall. You know, you just go over the wall. It's not actually that hard. You just go over the wall like that, and then you wall jump up. This room is actually one of my favorite rooms. Essentially, you hyper to that pink cloud right there, that you can see in the bottom right. And then you hyper off of you do an extended hyper off of the pink cloud to get to the end of the level, so you can climb up. It looks cool to watch, and it's fun to do. It's just a good room. I enjoy this room a lot. You can mess it up. It's not like super easy, but it is pretty easy. Like, I'd be shocked if I mess this up in a run at this point. There's so much harder stuff in this level to do, although most of it we haven't seen yet. Yeah, it's just a fun level, a fun room. Okay, speaking of the harder stuff, this is one of the hardest rooms in the level. So the best way to do this, I'm just gonna show you, is this, or some kind of version of this. Okay, that's how you do that. You go to the end like that. However, let me show you all the places where you can mess up. First off, this ball. If you don't, you lose time if you don't go as fast as you can, grab onto this wall as soon as possible. Sometimes if you go out of the ball the wrong way, you die. This is super annoying to do. Wave dashing off of this. I wave dash off of this platform, which wastes a little bit of time, but is more consistent. But most people wave dash off this top pedestal. Also, the wave dash is very short because of the wind, so it's really hard to get to the end. You basically have to fall completely into those spikes there, and then dash up in order to make it to this wall. And then, after you've already wave dashed off the tip once, you have to wave dash off of this one's tip, and if you don't get your dash back, you die, or you lose a bunch of time by going back. So here, I'll show you. So you have to wait super long, and then you have to get this dash, which is even harder to do. Honestly, it is much easier to just not go for that and just touch this block, which you can also miss, by the way, if you're as bad as I am. It's just faster to touch this block and take that all the way. It's not faster, it's definitely slower, but it's more consistent. This room is back to fun. The wind's gone. We're just gonna do a dash jump across this cloud and up here to skip most of the room, and a wall bounce to get here. And then this is scary tactics, so you'll be climbing up this wall, but you want to touch this block before you get your dash back on that platform. And most people, you know, obviously it's a time loss if you don't get back up. If you have to take like the back side of the block, or if you do that. Let's see, let's try this. So it's a waste of time if you have to grab the block and then take the back. Also, you lose your dash there, which is annoying. You can't wall bounce later. So the best way to do it, you have to get back up like that, and then you can dash up and presumably get a wall bounce here. this room, it's like an auto scroller. Essentially, the only way to save time in this room is first to grab this block as soon as possible, and to not die. It doesn't matter what I do here. I can break dance all I want, as long as the block is here. And then at the end, you have to wave dash to the end like that. And that's the only other place you can save time, is how early you wave dash to the end. Technically, you can jump off of that guy in the corner there, the keystone. But it's super hard, and there's no way I'm gonna do it. So, yeah, basically an auto scroller level. That's where Madeline takes a breakdance break. Okay, this room. So there's a bad strat, and there's a good strat. Here's the bad strat. You just go down here, basically do the route normally, like that. Very easy. But you can also do this, and it's super tight. I don't really have much time to explain. You essentially go up like this with the wind still going, and then you make it up here, presumably by the, before the wind comes back, like this. And I'm pretty bad at it, but yeah, like that. And then that's much faster. But when you come into this room, you have air. And that doesn't really work with this, because you have to dash over here, and you don't have time to walk, so you essentially have to dash like that. But you also need to get your dash back, so it's actually quite hard. You have to go left a little bit, and then you get your dash back, and then you can do it like that. And it's really hard to do, and still have Sam left. This room, most times I don't go for this because it's hard, but yeah, you can. And then also you can hurts me. This room has a fast trap, but I don't do it, so it's easy. Except it sucks because there's wind, and the wind changes. I think this is the first room where the wind changes like that. Oh no, last room it did too. I just restarted the chapter. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, so now we're back here. So essentially, take this spring up, take this wind up, wait for the wind, ball, and then go up. But there's a way faster way to do this where you skip the wind cycle, and I don't know how to do it. I unlocked the secret. Good for me. I never learned because I don't care about this room. I think it's stupid. Let's just get out of. Let's get out of this dreadful room. Okay, so now the wind is much faster, so essentially the only way to move is with dashing, but luckily we spend most of our time dashing anyway, so it's fine. Here, you just want to wave dash off of these guys. Obviously it's easy to mess up because you're bad, but it's actually not that bad. You just kind of go. If you can't get up, you can't get up. You usually have to bail. Usually, see, you come in from here, you wave dash, and then wave dash. Obviously much faster than that if you can play the game well, like that, and then you come up here. Yeah, you can mess up this room a bunch, as I just displayed. Grabbing onto the edge of the blocks is obviously not good, so avoid stuff like that. This room, there's a fast way to do it, but I don't do that, so just play casually. Wait for that block, and then die at the end, because it's really annoying to fall with wind. You have to calculate. Whoa, that was also interesting. Never happened to me before. Yeah, anyway, snowballs now appear. Snowballs are annoying. Then this is the first room where they're really annoying. Essentially, you want to go as fast as possible to avoid them, but sometimes it feels like there's just nothing you can do. And it's always right here, right at that diagonal up dash that the routing I take abandons me, and the snowball hits me right in my face. It's really annoying, actually. There we go. That happens a lot. Let's see if it happens again. Yep, there we go. So the best way to do that for me is just see where it's coming from. Usually it's high, and then go low, and then the rest is fine. But yeah, this room is, the snowballs are evil, especially this guy right here. He's mean. Sometimes he gives me a boost, but most of the time he tries to kill me. These are pads. They're broken sometimes, which is annoying. They're not broken. I love to break them sometimes, which is great. I also very rarely do hit the snowballs in this room, which is also great. Here we go. This room. This is the hardest room in the level. This is the one. This is the room. The snowballs aren't even the problem until the end. Essentially, what you do is, if you remember these pikes, whenever we see them, we wave dash off them. I'm really bad at that wave dash, so I die on it a lot. Essentially, wave dash, and then you're supposed to wave dash off of that one again, and then wave dash on that one, and then you get here, and then you're done. Honestly, I can't even show it to you because I'm bad at it. I'm that bad at it. Like, literally, that's what happens when I try to do it. Do that, and I don't get my dash back, and then you die. It's great. It's a great room. And then you hit the snowballs, and yeah, it's just not a good time. This room, I somehow find my way to die on it a lot for some reason, even though it's extremely easy. You literally just do it like this. Sometimes I like try and do this and die, and then like straight up, like that loses a bunch of time because it's a death. It's a bad death. Like this. Why in the world would you ever do that? You have to be dumb to do that, but I do it all the time. And, like, I don't know what I'm doing. This room is my kryptonite. After the hardest room, I still die on that one. This room is easy. Yeah, this is just there, and then this is a fun room. We end with a fun room. Well, wind goes super fast, and you just do this. However, sometimes I do that and die. That is super sad whenever that happens. It's basically the last input of the run, so if you do that and die, it's killer. It sucks. Doing that really sucks. And then we get to the end, and then as a reward, Theo falls off a cliff, and the level's ended. Look at that, my amazing time, 8:21. I am on the leaderboards. I'm a legend. Anyways, if I were to rate this Celeste level, it would probably be my third favorite. Fourth favorite. Because it's level 4, get it? No, but it is my fourth favorite. So, fourth level in the game and my fourth favorite, Golden Ridge. I've successfully complained about it enough. I hope you realize how bad I am at this game now.